Always great catching up with Phil Hawes, who's going to be back in action against Deron Winn at UFC Fight Night on October 9th. Phil, how's it going, man?
Hey, brother. Always good. Always good.
Good to hear, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to talk to you. We were just talking off air. We had to postpone this from last week, but glad it all worked out. Deron Winn is someone you've known about for a while. I know initially you guys were supposed to fight in July. I was just curious, like, was there another opponent offered in between then, or did you always want to fight Winn? Because you knew about the Winn fight even before your last fight, right?
Yeah. We had it booked, and he had an injury that came along, so we had to postpone it. But no, they didn't really offer me anyone else. I think the matchmakers said, "Hey, we had this fight booked, so let's just keep it booked. It makes it easier for him or whatever." So, and I'm always down for a challenge, so I'm excited.
Yeah, a bit of a weird situation, right? Like, you got offered the Dawkins fight, just as you already had the Winn fight booked. You ended up getting the win there against Kyle Dawkins. Was it easier to prepare for Deron just because you knew you were fighting him so far in advance, like in terms of preparation?
Man, I really don't prepare specifically for anyone because I believe my skill set is so vast that I'm ready for anyone. That's why preparing for Deron or whatever, and then Kyle Dawkins, I'm like, all right, yeah, sign him up. When you're the best in the world, it doesn't matter who you're fighting, so.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I referenced it there, the Kyle Dawkins win. I know you didn't get a quick finish like I'm sure you wanted to, but you still got a win over a pretty solid opponent. How happy were you with that performance?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, man, it's a tough predicament I'm in, 3-0 in the UFC, and I'm getting all these wins. But to me, it's just like another day at business because I expect to be the best, and I am the best, So it feels good, of course, Now he's fighting some guy who's a ranked opponent, and so it's just another feather in my cap, really, to me.
Absolutely. And obviously we know what Deron Winn's known for. He's the standout wrestler. Don't think there's going to be any surprises in this fight. Anything I'm missing there in terms of the style matchup? How are you looking at this fight?
Man, I'm looking at him like I know a lot of people are knocking him, but like it's not like me to knock my opponents, and because I respect them, and that's why that's why I've been winning, and that's why like tough guys like Dawkins and Nasser Adine and people like that, I don't look past those guys. I look through them, and I take them full-heartedly and prepare for them. So Deron's gonna be tough, I know, but I feel like I'm gonna get the finish. It's time to get back to my finishing ways.
And it looks like training camp's going well from what I've seen on, kind of just paying attention to Sanford MMA and all your teammates and all that. Who you mainly getting to work with for this one?
Man, there's so many people. We got Gregory. He's an 85er. He's in the UFC.
From Contender Series. Remember him? Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. He's a beast. Tuco. We got Brandon Allen, who's fighting. Who's he fighting?
Brad Tavares.
Yes, exactly.
There you go. That's what I'm here for. I gotta keep up on all that stuff, right? So.
Yeah. So we got so many good guys to train with. Getting a little working with Gilbert Burns and things like that. So I'm just blessed to be on a great team.
And in time of recording this, we got Robbie Lawler fighting this weekend. Did you get to work with him at all ahead of his now middleweight fight against Nick Diaz, right?
Yeah, which is wild. No, I didn't get much time to work with him, but I'm always picking his mind. He's a legend, a living legend in the game. So I'm just blessed to get some knowledge from him and see where his mental head's at, where his mental game's at. So.
And we talked about this in the last interview, but it seems like even since then, there's been so many more fighters coming to the gym, new looks, new faces. How's that been, just having a lot of variety in your camp, especially ahead of a big fight like this?
Yeah, like they said, like iron sharpens iron, and these guys like motivate me. There's a guy at our gym, Muhammad. Man, he's a killer. He's a stud. I'm always picking his brain on wrestling. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed to have such good guys. So many guys that motivate you and push you towards your goal. So
good stuff. And imagine the weight cut's going well. Again, the fight got moved. So you got plenty of notice for this fight, right?
Yeah, I'm good. Actually, I've done something new for this fight. I'm dieting a little bit, because I'm taking it serious, and I know he's gonna come out wrestling, trying to stick it to me early. So I'm doing everything perfect, everything to the best of my knowledge, So
okay, well, you piqued my interest there. So what is it? Are you doing like meal prep, or you got like an actual nutritionist working with you?
Exactly. I got I'm working with now a meal prep called Grit Fit. It's part of the Sanford facility, you know what I mean? But my guy Ray, he's giving me the proper meals, proper nutrition, you know what I mean? So my weight's the lowest it's ever been in my career, So everything's leading towards awesome, amazing performance. I can't wait. I can't wait. My boxing's been going great. My Thai boxing with Gregory's been going great. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, Chase Sherman, when I interviewed him a couple months ago, actually kind of gave me a bit of a tour of Sanford. It looks like you guys have basically a UFC PI at that facility. There's even a barber shop there he was showing me. Like, how convenient is all that, man?
Yeah, of course. You know, you gotta look good. You look good, you fight good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got my man Zeno. He always cuts us up before our fights, and man, we really got a really good setup. You know, Hoof, you know, and the team, and they really blessed us with something fortunate, and I'm happy to be part of it.
And on that note, who's going to be in the cage with you that night? Who's going to be in your corner?
We got Gregory Choplin, my top boxing coach, my friend Ray, and of course we got the man, the Hoof, the general. He's going to be in there, so it's going to be a good night.
And you said a finish. How do you see the fight unfolding? Do you see knockout? I mean, that's typically what you're known for. Do you sort of see? What are you seeing in this one?
Man, I just been working on my boxing, my top boxing so much. I see a knockout, man. I see a finish. I really do. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been prepping towards it, and I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing performance. You know,
this fight, you mentioned it there. You sort of alluded to it there, right? Kyle Dawkins fighting Kevin Holland, who's ranked. You're fighting a guy who's unranked. Does this get you that sort of notable opponent, especially with the finisher over Deron Winn?
Does it get me an also opponent? Man, I mean...
We'll have to wait and see, I guess, right? Because, you'll take whoever, right? I mean, you accepted 2 fights at once, right? We already talked about this.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who's getting double booked, and actually going through with the fights, like, I mean, how many people can we name double booked that actually tries to, proceed with the fights? So after this win, will I get a big fight, a ranked guy? We'll see. I'm not really worried about the rankings. I'm worried about Izzy. That's all I want. I want Izzy. I know he's gonna bring out the best to me, and I can't wait to prove everybody wrong. So I'm excited for that one.
And we haven't seen Izzy in a while, right? Because he fought Jan Blachowicz. What did you think of his performance in that fight? Because a lot of people felt like he would, do enough to beat Jan Blachowicz. Do you think that? Actually, I shouldn't say that. He had the Vettori fight before that, but you kind of get where I'm going. We saw him lose to Jan Blachowicz. Do you think there's a path to beat him now, just with what Jan did? I know it's a different weight class.
Yeah, I know. Yes, it is different weight class. I know a lot of people are saying because of Jan, his wrestling, and they seen a chink in his armor finally, But me as a competitor, I would rather not see that chink. You want to be that guy to beat the undefeated monster, you know what I mean? So for him to be 20-0, or was he 21-1 or something, or whatever it was, I wish I could I would be able to handle his first loss, but handing him his second loss is going to be just as good. So I'm excited for that. But we always do the game plan, with Izzy, I train with John Jones a lot, and I feel like they have similar mystique, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they have that ring generalship. And so just having that experience with Jones, you know what I mean? I feel like I've been preparing for this fight my whole life. So I'm excited for it. We knew wrestling was maybe his kryptonite, but it's going to be more than wrestling. We just can't wrestle with Izzy. We're going to have to mix in our hands, mix in our striking. So I'm excited for that one.
And technically, you could be the first one to beat him at middleweight, right? He's lost a light heavyweight. He's never lost a middleweight. So keep that in mind, too. There's still that goal to achieve. You referenced him there, John Jones. I didn't catch the interview today, but I did see that, they're saying that he's like, 245. He's really bulking up to heavyweight. Do you still keep in touch with John at all? Or do you kind of, I'm sure you follow what he's been up to on social media.
Yeah, I follow what he's up to. We haven't been in touch as much since I left New Mexico and Jackson is at MMA, just because we're traveling, busy people, you know what I mean? But we'll catch up soon, I'm sure, when I see him in the arena or something like that. But he's looking good. He's looking like he's going to take that heavyweight crown.
And how many more fights do you have left on your contract? Because obviously they're double booking you. It seems like you probably got a few left, right?
Yeah, so I just re-signed. So I guess we got 4 more.
Nice.
4 more. So I just signed a new contract. So
awesome. And I'm assuming that starts with this fight, with the Deron Winn fight. That's the first one? Oh, awesome. Congrats.
Yeah,
so how does that feel, man? You got a new contract. You're going into this fight. Like, that's got to give you a nice boost going in, knowing the company's behind you, right? They're investing in you.
Yeah, 100%. Man, it's just like I said, it's when you believe it, it's hard. It's hard to be getting up for it, because it's okay. This is supposed to happen. I'm the best in the world, so of course, you guys got my back because I'm performing. So I'm excited. You know what I mean? Life is good right now. Life is good.
And this fight is amazing. I can't wait. UFC Fight Night, October 9th. Phil, always a pleasure, man. Appreciate it. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media? I'll give you the last word.
Pro Mix Nutrition, you know, they got my back. New Life, they got my back. You know, my guys at Stanford MMA, all my coaches. You know, and thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure.